Howdy neighbors, David here. And today on Boondock Stallions, we are on day 23 of our 31 days of horror. Before we get started, go ahead and give this video a like and subscribe, and we'll go ahead and get started. But don't forget to subscribe and say you subscribed, because on Halloween we're going to live stream, and here we're going to ask a couple of questions, but we're going to draw names out of a hat, and I'm going to draw three names. First name I draw wins $50. Second name I draw wins $25, and the third name I pull wins $10. But it's all payable through me, not YouTube. They're in no way responsible for paying this thing out. It's going to be a blast. So like, subscribe, say you subscribed, and be paying attention on Halloween night for your name to be called out of the hat. So, Psycho 2. This movie always blows me away, because after the first Psycho, the twist and reveal and the secrecy that, Norman's mother was dead the entire time, you get to a sequel and there's no mystery. It's a straight, or at least it appears to be a straight story where Norman gets out of prison 22 years later, and the surviving sister, Vera Miles' character, Lila Loomis, thank you, I just watched it. Lila Loomis and her daughter Mary attempt to drive Norman insane by leaving him notes and calling him and speaking in his mother's voice and trying to just drive him crazy again and put him back in a mental institution. And really, it feels like the movie Psycho 2 should have been Psycho 2 TOO, because Lila went off the deep end. Like, I truly believe that through the grief and loss and pain of losing her sister and finding out that the man responsible for murdering her is getting out of prison, and I seriously, I don't like it when people treat anybody who's been either incarcerated or in a mental institution or just away, locked up for short, any differently than anybody else. It's, sometimes it's a mental health reason and they're fine now, or they've committed a crime and they've done their time and repaid their debt to society, and who are we to judge? So, Vera Miles' character is totally in the wrong in this movie. And so, them trying to make Norman crazy again is pretty bad, and it works out beautifully because Norman does start to go crazy again. He gets a job working at the diner with Mrs. Spool and making sandwiches and whatnot, and then he reopens the motel and finds out that this girl Mary that he's kind of crushing on and letting stay in his house is the daughter of the woman who is trying to drive him insane again. And it all comes to a head, and they end up framing each other for murder, and Vera Miles gets killed, and Mary attempts to kill Norman and gets gunned down in the process. And it's all pretty cut and dry, and everything folds out perfectly so that all of the blame goes on Lila and her daughter Mary, and that Norman, while having gone insane again, is allowed to go free. But then you find out that, plot twist, the Hitchcockian we weren't expecting, Norman Bates' aunt, or I'm sorry, I shouldn't have spoiled that for you because that's tomorrow night when we do Psycho 3. Mrs. Spool turns out to tell Norman that she's actually his real mother, and that she was committed into a mental institution while he was less than a year old and was locked away all of his life, and only got out after he himself had been committed, and she was the one that he ended up killing. Actually, that's Anthony Perkins' only kill throughout the entire movie, because you find out that this woman has been killing everybody in the guise of Norma Bates, and then framing Lila and Mary Loomis for it completely, getting away with it scot-free. But then, surprise twist, Norman kills her and puts her back up in the bedroom where Mother belongs. And I mean, a lot of people are like, wow, how did you not see that coming? And I mean, honestly, Anthony Perkins, you only get to commit matricide once, but here we go, Norman Bates saying, nah fam, I'm going to do it a second time. I really enjoyed the movie. I also found out that he didn't originally want to be in the movie. He was not going to go back and do it, and they had a contingency plan where they were going to make this a TV miniseries event starring Christopher Walken as a rehabilitated Norman Bates. And I think, as different as Walken would have been, I truly believe that he would have given a phenomenal performance as Norman Bates in that movie. But I'm glad that Anthony Perkins came back and did this, and then came back to direct Psycho 3 and even did Psycho 4, like I said, which we'll be getting to here in the next couple of days. So Mary Loomis, who gave the name Mary Samuels, which is the same name that Marion Crane gave in the first Psycho movie when she gave a fake name when she checked into the Bates Motel. That was a lot to say. And so that was played by Meg Tilly. And for those of you who don't know who Meg Tilly is, that is the sister of Jennifer Tilly, whom I have been watching in all of the Chucky movies last week. So that's really all I've got. I love this movie. I'm looking forward to watching Psycho 3 and 4. This is the first time I've seen them on Blu-ray, so I'm really liking the clarity and how well everything looks and sounds. And I watch these with my headphones because it's late at night. I like to listen to things loud, and there's a lot of screaming and bloody murder and whatnot going on. It's a horror movie month. So don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to say you subscribed in the comments, and tune in on Halloween night at 7 p.m. for the live stream so that you can find out if your name is going to be pulled out and win some money. Be excellent to each other and party on, dudes.